Discipline.
Hey,
We get
welcome
high.
back to another episode of Discipline Stoners. I'm 11,
My name is Winnie.
and we have two very special guests with us today. Our homies, American Slacker podcast. They are like one of the most dynamic cannabis conversations in the game right now. We've collaborated on their channel. It's an honor to have them on ours. Get your joints up and light them up and put your hands together for our bros, American Slacker podcast.
Well, thank you. That was quite an intro for us.
Yeah.
I'm Jesse,
And I'm Matt.
and we are the hosts of American Slacker podcast, a variety interview show. We get into all kinds of fun things over there, including cannabis talk.
Anything could happen.
How
Yeah.
long have you guys been doing the podcast for?
Since September 2016, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
You
not
got-
good at math, but
You got years. You got years in the game.
yep.
Yep. Oh yeah.
A
We're towards
conve-
that mastership.
One convention under our belt, we survived that. Figured out that was kind of a scam, but
No, but
Sorry.
you guys, what's super interesting and unique about your podcast is that you guys are in separate geographical locations.
Mhm.
This is so neat. Did you guys start in the same location and then one of you moved and then you decided to keep it going, or how did that happen?
Well, technically yes, because our first episode we were together.
Oh, good
But-
point.
It wasn't our real first episode. We released that as after the 1st
Mhm.
episode rather.
Later on,
And,
yeah.
the whole thing has been from like California to New York and now California to Florida, and we've done
Mhm.
every single episode away from each other.
Yeah, we grew up together as friends, going to school in the same hometown and stuff.
Yeah.
But we didn't end up podcasting until we were in separate states, essentially. And it came out of like us playing Xbox together and like already chatting over a headset. Felt pretty normal to us, I would say.
Yeah, and I mean, you had been trying to get me to do a podcast for years, even because, like, I mean, the first mention of a podcast was probably at least conservatively like 4 years before we actually
Yeah.
did one.
Wow.
Yeah, and
And when-
finally I shipped it. I was like, all right, well, let's do it. Here we are.
It kind of kept your guys' like friendship momentum going as well, I'm sure, in
Oh,
many
yeah.
ways, by just by being in contact and updating so frequently, thanks to the program.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we constantly are talking
Totally.
about the whole way.
Matt,
I
was
mean-
there anything that like broke the camel's back? Is that the saying?
Oh, as far as
Got
like,
that right.
In terms of doing the like, just finally deciding to give in to Jesse's
Um,
demands.
starting to listen to interview shows really did it for me, and that's why I think we do interview shows, is because like we both have a curiosity to meet new people and like talk about like everything, especially cannabis, of course, 'cause being enthusiasts.
Yes.
But
I'm looking at
Yeah.
your background and I'm seeing, as Jesse mentioned before we started up here and recorded, you have like awesome figurines for everyone listening to the audio. He has a Jason mask. I see some wrestling memorabilia. We had another guest on, Tyler Lemko, who has great wrestling memorabilia as well. Do you have any favorite pieces there? Or like tell us about that side of you, because I love that collector's kind of side. That's neat.
I'm not really a favorite. Like, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite thing per se, but
All
like
right.
I'm all about nostalgia, especially.
Specific IP though, like certain Jurassic Park, I think is a big one for you, right, Matt?
Yeah, Jurassic Park, like Star
Cer-
Wars, even old
Cer-
school
a
wrestling.
certain,
Like
yeah, I
from
was gonna
when
say
we
an
were
era
kids.
of
We
wrestling.
were like
Yeah.
5 years old, that kind of wrestling, and like before, like Hulk Hogan's era and shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the
I like
Ultimate
everything
Warrior.
movies, like random movies. Like a lot of that shit on that shelf is like random movies. Like there's like Michael Scott and Dwight and like the Terminator and fucking Ron Burgundy and Bender from Futurama. Just the most ridiculous shit, like
Yeah.
because it's just like something that I look at like when I write and stuff, especially. I'll just like look at the stuff and just think about stuff and like think of moments, and like it just takes me all over. So
Yeah,
like,
it's a vibe.
plus a very lucrative market. So
Right.
Oh, yeah.
it helps out.
It's like owning stock. At any
dude, at
time
this
you
point-
can just unload that and
Yeah,
Really?
Matt got me into doing a little bit of what would you call it?
Reselling,
up
like-
trading, reselling.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But like
ba-
that's how I have this, is like a lot of this I've basically acquired through buying collections and like selling most of it and like keeping what I want. So
oh, I love
that's how
that.
That's how I have a lot of this. I actually got rid of all my childhood. This is one of my biggest things. I got rid of all my childhood toys except for very little. But like as I get older and like I have money, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm reminiscent of that shit. Like, and the prices are ridiculous, and it makes me pissed when I buy something that I had and I gotta pay like a ridiculous thing, and it's like I just like threw that out or gave it to somebody, you know?
Oh, dude.
The nostalgia. That's what
Nostalgia,
it is.
dude. I'm a nostalgia man. Again, it all comes down to one single word. Like that's all it is for me. Like all together.
That's
100%.
amazing. What are some of the sorry, you go next, but what are some of the avenues of like interacting on the marketplace with that? Like you guys mentioned upselling, or that's an interesting place, because I wanted to talk to you guys well about being freelancers, entrepreneurs, jobs, doing projects and stuff like that. But like how have you been navigating that marketplace of collectibles?
Oh, it's easy. There's a big community online, especially the pandemic invoked like such a big growth in it as well, because people were home, they had money to spend.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then
like,
other people were looking on how to make money too. So
exactly.
that you kind of feed both ends of that market.
I mean, the market's so hot. There's like figures that go out to mainstream production to stores, and like they could be worth up to $1,000. Like, you know, that's how crazy it is right now because of the rarity. Like, especially if there's like some commemorative shit that's like 1 of 500.
One example, a few months ago, Matt had mentioned to me, be on the lookout for this one specific wrestling figure that had like a specific variety that made it worth way more than what it was, I guess. And it was just being sold in Target for like what, $20 or something.
It'd be $20 if you were lucky enough to find it, but it'd be like 1 of 500, 1 of 1,000. Like I'm saying, Marvel does it as well, like a lot of companies, but this company specifically, every one of them was over $1,000. You could instantly get it in the store, put it on eBay, and it would sell because collectors were buying them up. So it's like so wild, like the little things you could just like.
Dude. So sorry, I need to go. They're buying them up. I don't know this world at all. They're buying them up because they think that their value is going to go up eventually, or they're buying them up because they are just like giant fans of them.
Well, right now you have a lot of people that are getting in that aren't even fans of any of the shit they're buying, right? Because they know what it is.
My Starbucks cup,
pure investment.
My Starbucks cup thing is kind of a good example of that.
He buys seasonal Starbucks cups. They're worth money right away, but God forbid, like if you held on to it 5 to 10 years, worth so much more.
Yeah, so they'll put up seasonal, you know, things. Basically anything that's exclusive, anything that's seasonal. You'll see containers from like Disney theme parks that are being sold for, you know, $50 that just was like a drink cup.
Yeah.
That you would, you know, buy. I mean, that drink probably cost you $12 at Disney, but
this is it evokes such a creative, fun energy, and it starts making me think about like what I have in my closet. We have shit from the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver, like the packs that you got, like shit like that we randomly kept. That's brilliant.
And it's
because there's always a niche
too. Yeah, like use eBay as the market. Like as I speak right now, it could be changing because eBay is getting wild, but use eBay, and basically what you want to do is look at sold listings. It's the key to being the price guide for anything and everything.
Sold listings.
Sold listings. Not what they're up for right now, but ones that have sold recently, and take the average of that. That's what you should be paying or making off of something.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, you just dropped huge gem on this. Bless you. Thank you. And on me. Thank you.
I mean, we might have slackers in our name, but we work pretty hard behind the scenes, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
I love that you're slackers and we're disciplined.
but stoner,
perfect fit, right?
You know, there's the element to like breaking the stereotype, like from both sides, you know, and like rock on. I love that. Thank you for blessing us.
Yes, thank you.
What did you say was the Holy Grail to what it's worth again?
What do you mean?
The sold
what it recently sold for.
Yeah, filter when you're looking at an item, filter it by sold items, because then that'll basically show you what people are paying for it. You can see when it's sold, like if it sold recently, and how much. And this is all stuff Matt told me.
You can tell if they're selling a lot, like, or if it's only been like a couple in the last decade. Then you're like, don't fucking buy that thing because it's going to be on your shelf forever. You know what I mean?
But
go ahead.
I'm excited. pre-pandemic, I don't know where we're in different countries, just for people who are listening, so things via pandemic news are a little bit different. But pre-pandemic, did you do any like garage sale shopping?
Yes. Yeah, garage sales are awesome because like if you know what you're looking for, especially, you can make a fortune. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Like honestly, there's a lot of YouTubes that people do that make a fortune on that alone too, which are pretty interesting to watch because they find like crazy shit at yard sales. And
I agree.
Do you think any of it's planted?
I mean, I think there's definitely some that probably are. I mean,
like, oh, what's this?
Yeah. But some of them are just like they like go to like they have like a hidden camera and like legit go, and it's like there's no way they're staging like this whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just know what to look for.
Yeah.
Yo, what's been one of the biggest come ups that you've had from a garage sale?
Shit, now you're putting me on the spot.
I'm sorry. All right, no pressure. Specific. That could just cook in the back.
I mean, honestly, it's okay. Shit.
Also, thrift stores
yard sales
are pretty good.
Thrift stores are really good as well. Like honestly, you can find things commonly.
Does the item need to be still boxed? Is that a thing anymore? Can it just like look like a?
Makes things very valuable in case of what most things. If they're still in the box, it's worth a lot more.
Right.
Like,
certain board games. That was something Matt also told me to look out for. If it's already boxed, if it's still boxed up and hasn't been opened,
and they're in the box, it's insane money. Like honestly, I make a lot of deals for action figures because they're the most worthwhile for me because I can price them out right away. I know exactly what they're worth now because I make a lot of money off of them. And it's not uncommon for me to buy like a whole thing of them, like a lot basically, and then sell a couple of them and make way more than I paid for the whole lot. It happens all the time. Like, and then I'll.
Yo, we commend that hustle so much. We fucking we have a united spiritual boner for you right now. Like this is very thank you. I love that respect. That hustle is gorgeous.
Yeah,
and he's telling everyone how to do it too. Like he told me, he's telling you guys.
You can do it that way if you don't want to deal with shipping, which shipping is surprisingly easy. Like, you can do it all in house. Like that's what me and Jesse do. All in house. Don't even, and then bring it to the post office, all packaged. You know.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, done. Is this your full-time focus, like outside of the podcast?
It has been actually for like the last year.
Sick, dude.
It's been like my main thing. I do a lot of shit. Like I'll Doordash even. You know, I'm all about the hustle. So like I do all kinds of shit. But yeah, you can make a lot of money or just do it as a side hustle, and it's pretty fun and lucrative, honestly. If you know what you're looking for, don't just go out there and buy everything because people do that shit. They think they could buy anything. It looks old. No, like that's not, nothing like that.
And the turnaround on some items can take a while too. So
exactly, yeah. Right. I have, dude, right around the corner. There's like shelving of tons of shit. Like I hold on to it until it sells. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta
a lot
be
of the
stubborn.
shit I don't like. So.
Do you have an animal in a tank or something?
No, what's the other side?
Oh yeah, no,
that's a whole nother shelf of like other action figures and shit.
It's my eyes.
Okay, yo, so you do that, Jesse. You just got a gig at a TV station.
Well, I've been doing it for a bit. At the current station, I've been there for 4 years since 2017.
Oh shit! Yeah, you've been riding for a minute.
And I had been at a couple of TV stations before that, kind of hopped from upstate New York near Montreal over to the other side of the country in California, where I am now.
And you do like, sorry, keep going.
I was saying just kind of bouncing between the stations, learning different like positions and how to do them and figured out what I like to do.
Sick. So you literally learned that like at the ground level.
Yeah, it was fun. That was more fun than like all the class. I did go to school. I got like a bachelor's and an associate's in like video production related stuff because I figure everyone's watching fucking TV. Media seems to not be going anywhere in terms of like it's here to stay, you know. So I thought it was a solid thing to get into. And news is actually a fairly like regular gig compared to like a lot of the people that I know that are doing like movies where a movie or TV show is going to end. It could get like cut after a season or something like that.
News.
News doesn't stop. It just keeps going. So
keeps changing.
So yeah, I'm currently a video editor and a photographer. So I do, this, I'll edit the 6 and 11 p.m. or I'll go out and I'll shoot with a reporter a lot of the times.
That's so dope. So you get to like do like creative things, but it's like in a structured professional way. That's lit.
Yeah, it's fun. And I'm doing it at a Spanish language station, which adds the whole like culture element of it. Cause if anyone's just listening to this, I'm incredibly white. I got burned yesterday out on my patio. 2 minutes in the sun and I look like a well done baked potato. And now I'm back to my pale state. So it's been like definitely a learning curve in terms of like the culture and understand like shutting up and learning what how the way things are in like Spanish cultures in Mexico or in other South American countries, because they're not all the same people, especially people in the south of our country. Fucking, you guys need to hear this. It's not all the same down there. It's all different. It's different countries, with different cultures and a lot of different people and a lot of cool food. So there's been a lot of cool stuff to learn in working outside of my comfort zone, language wise.
Dude, huge kudos for that.
And the humble son of a bitch just got his third Emmy, so.
I'm not gonna say it.
Congratulations.
Third Emmy?
Yeah, I got
what the fuck?
You look right here. I got 2 currently, and last night actually. It's like breaking news.
Talk about my figurines. I don't have 2 fucking Emmys sitting in the background.
Oh my god!
Holy shit,
yours are cool.
Congrats.
Thank you. It was it's not just me, it's a large team. It was for a breaking news newscast that we did for one of the large complex fires out here in Northern California in the Bay Area. And our coverage of that, along with George Floyd protests and a couple of other things that were all sort of in one very intense newscast that we submitted. So my team, our assignment editor and everyone, I can't drop all the names. It's like fucking 20 people.
It takes a village though.
Yeah,
amazing,
absolutely.
Dude. Congrats.
Well, thank you.
Fucking huge.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Jesse Landers.
Thank you.
Oh.
3 times.
It's weird because this is the like Matt just mentioned, this is the third one, but like I've only been in the running for these during quarantine times. So I haven't actually gone to the gala event thing, the big fancy bullshit where you get to go up and go on stage and like accept it and like wave and get in a suit and everything.
You came out of quarantine most people come out 30 pounds heavier. You came out 30 pounds heavier in Emmys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They should do like a party when it's
they did a Zoom thing, which I commend them on doing that, and they had like a whole digital like video to watch for both years so far, but we'll see about next year.
They need to send out little fucking appetizers to everyone's
place. That's what I'm missing out on.
Like, especially if you won the Emmy. Like, maybe not everyone, but like send a basket to fucking everyone that won.
I want my salami. I want my fucking pickle.
Some aperitifs. Come on.
Yeah. We'll send an email.
Dude, congrats. That's fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Cool.
You were editing?
Actually, that was for actually all the ones that I've gotten so far are for photography. Being out in the field and
which is way better.
I mean, I'd like to get a video editor one because I feel like I enjoy editing a little bit. I don't know. It's a close tie between the two positions because like they both definitely have their own benefits.
Now you got the action. Now you've been ground level, which is super cool and like dope as fuck and fun and engaging. But also as the video editing could be really neat to position and digest that and kind of formulate it on the back end. Could be neat too. The presentation. Yeah, both have their benefits. That's so cool, man. Congrats.
Appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully they'll.
Is that part of your signature? Like when you sign off on emails, is it like Emmy Award winner?
You should.
No, I have it in my LinkedIn.
Nice. Okay, good.
I think that's the only and it's on my resume, for anyone out there hiring.
Of course.
It should be on his text message signature.
Yeah, right.
Your friend.
Every text.
You need to get a tattoo on
three-time award-winning, 5-time nominated.
You know when it asks you to like update your contact or whatever, yours should just update to your 3 Emmys, like a photo of your 3 Emmys.
See, I like, I'm not like a big trophy guy. I don't really win too much like throughout. I was never like the top athlete or anything, or like the top performer school-wise. I really never gave too much of a shit about it. They're cool. I will say that. Yeah. I enjoy having
yes.
Yes. Fuck yeah. We championed the shit out of that. Yes.
Okay. So speaking of the hustle, did you guys hear about that artist that sold his art that was invisible for like $19,000?
18.
I did not hear about it. Okay, what was who would buy
that? You can tell he's on
so many questions.
Well, this is what we can discuss, because the intention of this piece is to invoke imagination, essentially. So when I brought it up at work, who sent it to me? Did you send it to me?
Just Google it.
When I brought it up at work, can you do that work?
Yep.
Just Google it. Just Google it.
I was like, I wonder if the person who bought this piece, first of all, I didn't know much about it, so I don't know if he's like a very famous artist, and then like someone can be like, that has like fuck you money, can just be like, oh, I bought this piece.
Right.
But regardless if that's the case or not, I wonder if the person who bought it like spends time, like has created a space for this piece of art that he bought, and like spends time like it's
like, where is it in your house? You know, is there a wall that you're putting this into?
Yeah, exactly. How do you remember where you put it?
I want to talk to who was responsible for the transportation to this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, wait, he wants us to move what? All right.
Just
they open the back, they're like, it's stolen.
It's not there. How can you tell the difference?
The guy looked like Nick Cage.
Okay, so here we go. From Art World or ArtNet. An Italian artist auctioned off an invisible sculpture for $18,300. It's made literally of nothing. It is a work that asks you to activate the power of the imagination, Salvatore Garau said of his sculpture, June 3rd, 2021. Cool price of £15,000.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 67 years old, and it's an immaterial sculpture, he says, and it's to say it doesn't exist. Which is brilliant. I just think from an artist perspective, yeah, what do you guys think about that? How do you feel about that?
Well, he truly designed the piece that fits in any pot, you know?
Goes anywhere. That's perfect.
Yeah. So, I mean, he kind of solved art's biggest problem, you know, being universal. It fits with anything.
It's going to appeal to everyone.
Any color.
It could be very large. It could be very small.
Any size room. Like, oh, yeah.
There's people looking at it super close, and people standing like way back, like, wow.
You're in it, sir. Sorry. Get out of it.
Man.
I don't know. I think it could be cool if you were willing to play along.
Well, the money's a donation to the artist.
Yeah.
That's how you look at it.
True.
You like that, the person who paid that is willing to play along to validate this idea. So they're not only a purveyor of art, but also a believer in this intention to break the boundaries.
Yeah, I want to know this guy. I want to know who bought it now.
Rich with a great sense of humor. That's what it sounds like.
You know what? It's probably Jim Carrey.
Yeah, true. I could see him going all out on that.
Because what is 20 grand to him?
Yeah.
And he's got the space for it. So
yeah, he definitely
has.
I'm a little dualistic on it. Just in terms of like, I get the art aspect of it, and I totally understand that, because it's like the way I look at it and picture what it is going to be totally different from what the three of you picture it to be. From the business end, I think it's genius. Profit is just through the roof. We're talking about tons of money for nothing. Literally nothing. We just got to market this shit, and someone will buy it. We'll reproduce it. We can send them out.
We just have to figure out how to patent nothing. You know?
Yeah.
Venmo me. It'll be at your door in a second. Dude, it's there.
It's there right now. Instant.
I don't know if it's like redoable. I don't know if it would be redoable.
It will be, but just more so with quantum energy.
Yeah, in a total different way. I mean, do you guys remember the banana incident where they had the banana duct taped to the wall and then the guy walked up and actually ate it?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you should have sold that.
That was the art
sold that as performance art.
It wasn't even on like a board. It was on the wall of the place that they were doing the show. So it was like whoever bought it was gonna have to like go over there and unpeel the duct tape and like bring this banana home.
Duct tape it back to their.
But some guy was like, "Yeah, fucking banana on the wall," and just like walked up and was like,
and he ate the art,
which is maybe it was part of the stunt, publicity with art. Yeah. But isn't that art? I mean, if you want to get into the whole idea of it, I mean, that's
it's also a crime, Matt.
More than just a physical thing, but like the fact that we're talking about it right now on a podcast, so totally disconnected from the actual incident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the art of the fucking idea.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. That's the power of this like art patron who decided to pay the 18 G's to make it real. Because if the customer wasn't there, then almost the idea wouldn't matter. So it's important to win Emmys. Have a vision, personal brand, or just idea you want to promote on our podcast?
There's never been a better time to sponsor our podcast than right now.
Congratulations.
We were just talking about how maybe perhaps someone listening to this right now is going to sponsor us soon.
Yeah, you guys just heard that ad.
It could be
so
you.
We just ran an ad just right now
about,
how people can sponsor the show. So, hopefully they hit us up. That'd be sweet.
So is it legal in both states? I know it is in California.
Mm-hmm. What, weed?
Yeah.
Florida got some good weed.
Unfortunately, it's got medical, but I got good black market connects, so.
Nice.
Dirty, on the dirty, but it works out. I get it a little bit discounted compared to what you guys are probably paying. That's a benefit. But
what are you guys smoking on right now or recently?
Personally, I don't know what it is. Again, black market. Didn't even ask, but it is disgustingly amazing. It is like it's like that kind of lime green bud, but it's really powdery, so it creates so much keef. Oh, is right, dude. Like that's what I think about when I bought a bunch of it. So I was like, yes. So like,
good move.
That's the thing with the black market. Like you don't have the selection when you walk in, right? Like that's the beautiful thing about legalization is like you get to walk in. It's like walking to Best Buy, but like there's a million types of buds. Yeah. But for me, it's like you get what you get. So to get something so good, it's extra special.
Yeah.
That's sick, man. Awesome. Yeah. Congrats. Yeah, having a good weed connect is definitely important. And when you score with a special bud, we've gotten some special buds before. One was called Infinity Stones, and we just like immediately bought another ounce.
It was crazy because we haven't been able to find like where it actually came from or what the actual like phenotype is.
It was just one of those seasonal like bangers.
Yeah. But it would like get you lit for a hot sec and then you would just pass the fuck out every time. Like it was so nutty that way where you were like, everything's on fire. And then like you'd be asleep 45 minutes later. Like, but just beautiful smoke and like crazy high. Yeah, I don't know how I think it's probably really amazing in California. I haven't actually been since it's been.
It is. California's the best.
It's the best.
I finally pulled off my Ocean's 11 on my fucking dispensary.
Oh yeah, tell them about that deal.
You broke in and you stole $28 million?
I'm very flexible.
worth of edibles though, so he's gonna be eating them forever.
I smuggled them out my stomach. I basically they had a point system where as you buy stuff you accumulate real dollars that you can use. So I just let that shit stack and stack and stack and stack until I had about $125 in there. And then one of the very, very helpful bud tenders there told me, "Hey man, you have a lot in here. When's your birthday?" And this was probably like in the beginning of the year when he mentioned this. And I'm like, "Oh, it's in May." And he's like, "Oh, you should use this when you get your 25% off discount for your birthday." And I was like, "That's a pretty good idea. Thank you, sir." No problem. So I kept stacking. I had that 125 and then I used a 25% discount and I walked out with just short of like what the legal limit in California is for like for bud, which is I think an ounce a day.
Yeah, that's us too.
Yeah.
So I got like half of smalls, just 14 grams of some indica. I forget what the strain names are. I'm always bad about that. A quarter of some really good keefy. I think it was called Cakewalk by King's Garden, I think is the name. It's like a more local one around dispensary or grow around here. And then an eighth of another local one out of Oakland, I think, called Union Electric is the brand name. And I forget again what the strain name is. They're all good if you can tell it with my memory here.
Do you guys have, so in the Canadian legal market right now, there's no grams. Like I think grams are trying to be phased out in the legal market. I don't think it'll ever happen, but because of that, it means that this is prenup.
Nice.
Yeah.
I see grams occasionally on some of the higher end stuff because I think the price point kind of prices some people out who actually still want to like, I want to try fucking blue cheese Dreamwalker, like, you know.
Yeah, I'd really like more gram options that are high quality because the only ones that we have are just shit. Like, you're just selling shit to people.
Yeah, you're better off getting like spend 45 or 40 for on like an eighth of something decent if you can,
because then you don't need to smoke as much.
Yeah.
But like when I was in New York, I would go to Massachusetts and dabble in their freshly legal market for recreational, and nothing was cheaper than $60 an eighth. It was wild.
And that's USD.
Is that taxes baked in too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what taxes. Yeah, it was like about 60.
Like 60 out the door.
It was all the way up too. So like if you wanted, like a quarter, you weren't going to get a break. It was still going to be $120 easily.
Yeah.
So it was a little, it was wild, but really good weed too. I don't want to knock it.
Is that a new market thing though? Is that like once they hand out more licenses, you'd see the
competition creates the actual consumer's dream. So yeah,
because I got
that's like going on soon.
I got 5 or 6 around dispensaries, all sort of in the same area. They like to do that in California. They'll put them like back in the industrial area. Where none of the tourists can see them, and then but you walk around that area and you'll see all the billboards and stuff, and there's like 5 or 6 of them sort of clustered in there, so you need to offer something different, like the point system.
What's your experience with kind of like the bigger chains of cannabis shops and the independent cannabis shops, if and when you've seen any?
Matt and I went to a couple independent ones down in Southern California.
I've been to a bunch, and I prefer
SoCal,
personally.
Right?
I have a take on this, but I don't live there like Jesse does. So
yeah, please.
But I think that the smaller ones are more willing to create they're trying to create a relationship with you. So like you're gonna find better product, better relationship.
Yes.
Compared to MedMen or something like that, which is like the big brand. Awesome to go see. Don't knock it. Go see it. It's crazy.
It's a gallery.
To see the Mac store of fucking weed. It's really cool to see that. But I've gone to so many little places and got way better deals on like a $35 eighth, $38 eighths that were way better than anything I had ever gotten in New York, or like, cart deals that are made in house that are amazing, stuff like that, and the people are just like way more prone to like listen to you, like and be there. It's like an actual customer service rep versus get you in. What do you want now?
Yeah, that's where I'm at with my dispensary. Not because like I don't want it that way. I pre-order online, and then I go to the pre-order line, which doesn't even go in the building, and I just tell them my name, and I give them my money, and I fucking dip, and it takes me like under 5 minutes.
That's kind of nice though. Yeah, weed deal. Legal back alley weed deal.
Yeah, it's pretty much if they put a drive-through in, it would be McDonald's of weed, at that point.
That's pretty cool.
That's and like cool. the bud tenders seem happy and stuff, and it seems like they're at least doing it right and bringing in, like, often I will see they'll have a thing where it says like, oh, this brand is here, and if you get like one of their things, they'll give you a free pen or some like a free edible or like whatever it might be. So I think they still try to make that connection with the larger ones. But like I don't think MedMen does that as much.
No.
That's like the big ones.
I've seen
still
that
see
at Couple, and I'm a visitor. I've seen that same thing. They're trying to network with like a
It's
bigger
almost like-
company and give you a deal.
It's almost like there's
awesome
three like layers to it though. From what I've seen, there's like that big one where you said like MedMen, and then I would even almost put cookies kind of in that realm because they're branching out like nationwide and stuff from what I understand. And then you bring it down to like where I go, which is called Purple Lotus, and they're in the area. They have like I think one or two dispensaries locally. But they're bigger than they're employing like a couple hundred people between their place, along with Harborside is another one that has 2 locations around here. So there's like the local big, and then there's like really independent, which is like the really tiny ones. I would say like 25 people or less.
And is it like when you do step in outside of your like usual retail store, is it the same products that you're seeing everywhere, or is there a diversity?
A small variation, I would say. There seems to be a bit of market saturation between like I really enjoy Raw Garden and Select for my cartridges, and I can find one of those 2 almost anywhere in California. So it's some are dependable, and then you'll see new things and a lot of store brand type of stuff, which is interesting. It's like the signature or the chef's choice. For all our price shopper Northeast people out there.
Don't knock those dudes. Some of the store brand carts are the best, and the cart game's totally different than the flower game too, because you'll find like the same strains, but they'll be from a different grower. So you have a variation there as well. The potency might be different.
The harvest, man. It's all about the harvest. It's tough to feed and fucking shop by strain. But you can do it for the terps. You can do it for the taste, because that's primarily what they're selling that pitch on. And it's the entourage effect is the high we're learning more. It's not just about THC. It's about like this collection of taste and terps and all this. Not just
well, as a vape man, you must like love terps.
Yeah, it's weird because like I should probably pay a little more attention. I know what I like.
Say he doesn't even pay attention to terps.
I know what I like in terms of the flavor, and I could tell you like I like the diesels, I like the lemons, I like the pines. Anything outside of that, I sort of like. The one I'm smoking now is called like California Bluegrass, and I think it sort of tastes like fish. I get like a weird fish aftertaste, and like
fish oil in there for your diet. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. What's the carrier oil?
My hair will look perfect.
Tuna has the same thing. It's like it gives you this fishy taste, and it's like, how does that translate? And it's like that extra dense, cheesy cannabis, like.
Does it? Does it say on your packages? I'm just so curious. You guys can tell me to get off this.
I mean,
I love this.
You know that when he has
Does it say on your packages if the terps are derived from cannabis, or if they're like artificially added afterwards?
I know that it's a live resin. I don't know if that would tell you in terms of the actual makeup of it. California Bluegrass refined live resin, unknown genetics hybrid, High Walker and Sweet Diesel number 18.
Okay, there's that diesel for you.
It's mass produced, so it's probably.
Well, we just have some that in Canada we have some that are like on the more value end of things that they all just put like fake terps in there. Not fake, but they're deriving them from other plants rather than cannabis. Whereas there's
just a live resin that comes direct from the shit. From the
because that's kind of why I ended up with that brand in particular, is because I could kind of taste the difference and see the color difference. It was a lot it's a lot clearer of color.
You're talking Select, right, Jess?
No, Raw Garden actually. They do the live resin. So it's very clear. and it was a very clean taste to it compared to, you know, some of the more amber colored cartridges that I'd been getting in the past.
Yeah, Select, that looks super clear.
Yeah,
Select was pretty good, but it wasn't live resin, which I don't know. Like I don't know the science to all of it, but I know it tastes better.
Yeah.
And just to clarify for Raw Garden, that American Slacker is totally open for sponsors, right?
Yeah, I mean,
well, you know what? Send me the product because I need to really sample it and put my stamp of approval on it. So send me a big
for sure. Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm a slow tester, so I'm gonna need a bunch of it.
So. Dude,
really analyze.
I actually got that stuff kind of popping off for like my 11 Instagram when I started to do like some daily freestyles, and like I would just like freestyle about stuff and they'd send me, I got like a bunch of carts, but it wasn't from the legal market yet.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you know, because you know they can be more expendable with product that way. The legal market, we keep track of so much stuff, it's hard to give away stuff from brands. They give me hoodies, they give me grinders, full packages, hats, boxes, everything, but like it's like
the legal market is,
I want some weed.
Like there's no, everyone's so scared to do everything, but like technically you're not allowed. We don't have any commercials or like there's
they
no
can't even say that smoking weed
at all
will affect you positively in the store.
There's no
advertising.
There's no advertising literally anywhere.
Wow.
Yes,
like not on radios, there's no commercials for it. It's like they're just keeping it very low key.
There's probably more of it in Florida then. Like Florida, like we have commercials and billboards everywhere for it and shit, and we're just medical. That's wild.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of like getting a sponsor from a legal like licensed producer, it's they just don't know how to do that right now.
Well, they don't even have strong brands online anyway, really.
Is there any paraphernalia like issues, like if you were associated with like grinder companies or like things that like are smoking utensils?
No,
you'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like you were with like people sending you. Okay. Yeah. I just didn't know if like that's okay to. Yeah, that's wild.
It is so wild.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the thing. It's regional, man. Everything is so different. Especially the United States dealt with it for a while with how many states were like lock you up for a joint, or you could go smoke a joint. Like it was
still like that.
They're still. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go to Georgia with any weed like openly. You know, I wouldn't be. I'd be hiding smoking if I was in Georgia for sure.
Yeah.
Or Alabama. God.
Texas, even. I mean.
Yeah.
But New York, I want to go to New York and see what that scene's doing now, because I feel like it's just gonna blow up.
It needs to get its legs, hopefully. I mean, we don't live there anymore, but it's our home for sure.
Anywhere you can use tobacco is the best thing, though. In the stating, like it's like you could just go.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Need to smoke a doobie at this party, and nobody could say shit. You know?
I'd be interested because out here,
don't do it at City Hall, obviously, but you know, at somebody's house in the backyard. Come on, you know?
Or even in a park out here in San Francisco, they do the big 420 smoke out at I think Mission Dolores Park, and the cops go on the outside of it to like keep everything like contained and calm.
Yeah,
and not that anything gets not calm whenever
it's always so calm.
Yo, guys, so what's your thoughts on the difference between like smoking a vape of the concentrate high and then smoking flower high? Because I feel like they're completely different.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Simply. I mean, I'm all about flower over carts, to be honest, but carts are so convenient. What the fuck? Like, if you're at work, it's like, break out the cart real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally go to the bathroom and hit it real quick. Like, you know what I mean? And nobody's going to know, because most of the time they leave very little lingering smell. Like, you're fine. You know, some are potent and they do leave, like, that skunky little bit of flavor in the air. And you're like,
I wouldn't test that theory at an airport bathroom.
I have. I've hit the...
I know, I'm not risky enough.
Dude, openly on a plane, I've hit the fucking cart. It's like, they're awesome.
Yes.
How?
He's flying high, folks.
First time ever in the bathroom. No, not international. Hell no.
How did you?
I would never bring one internationally, just because dude, I'm not getting locked up internationally.
This was on our friend's private jet, actually, for all the FAA people listening.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't even off the ground.
Definitely, dude, wasn't a Delta flight at all. But first time in a bathroom, and then second time, dude, just hit it real quick and then blow it in my fucking shirt.
Yep.
Oh man.
Gotta have like a scarf or something.
I mean, I'm not trying to be the ripper here. I'm not pulling master rips. I'm just taking little.
I'd be so afraid it would catch me wrong and I'd start coughing.
I did, dude. I did cough too. That's the thing.
Risky business.
Winnie got me a vape when we were going to see her parents one time. So we were flying not internationally, just like within, and I had it on me. I hid it in the bathroom too. And yeah, just like blow it down there. I got so fucking ripped off that vape because I didn't think it was a real I thought that they ripped me off. God. You know, it's like this is fucking e-cig.
We got it from a not legal, a legacy market shop.
Okay. So I was like, shit, and I tried to bring it back. And he wouldn't take it. And he's like, no, man, it's good. Trust me. And I'm like, no, dude, it tastes too sweet. So I thought it was one of those ones that they just add the e-cig juice in. That's not the real concentrate like you have. But it was. And I like fucking hauled on that thing and out of nowhere. So that's what the vape, that's why I asked the question about the bud versus the vape. The vape just doesn't get me there. It's like light, or as you say, a quick little escape and a pull. It just extends your little feeling good momentum, but it's not high. You can't get high like the bud because I think it's the temperature, right, of fire. There's something about the exact temperature of fire and humans and how it reacts with our cannabinoid receptors. That's what my theory is. It's like,
and you probably get more too. Like in the full bud form, let's be real. Like concentrate, you're just getting a limited spectrum, and like in the bud, you're getting so much.
In terms of terps and stuff like that, or the full
profile.
Yeah, the profile, the spectrum of the exactly. Word up.
I don't know. I'm biased, but I've heard like a lot of people be like, "No, the carts are fine for me. Like, I could live off the carts because they are, dude. It's a wild.
I could. I mean, I've thought about stockpiling for the apocalypse. Believe me, I did the math. I would need a couple $1,000 to get me through a few years, but
shit ton of battery backups. Those are only for charging the weed pen. Do not fucking touch them.
Don't touch them. No, I got the solar. I got the solar one, so we're good. We can keep it going.
Yes.
Yes.
I respect that.
It's, I mean, like Matt said, they're very convenient. My fiance, she gets really sick on from motion at theme parks and stuff. Carts have been a fucking lifesaver for that, to actually be able to do something fun that you wouldn't be able to do before. I think that there's something to speak for it for that. I mean, if Disney would let us start smoking once in the It's a Small World ride, then maybe we could just not worry about the carts at all.
That's another thing I may or may not have done is brought one to Disney World. But
there you go.
Yeah.
I
was in Disney World in Florida with Playlist Live. Remember that?
Disney World? No, we were at
Universal.
Yeah.
Universal?
Dude, I smoked it.
Universal.
Bro, I smoked it in the Millennium Falcon. How about that? How about that? Nice. What's up? Top that.
That's good. That's fucking. I don't know what the Millennium Falcon is.
Oh my god, you never watched Star Wars.
Han Solo's ship in Star Wars.
That's lit though. That sounded important. Yeah, that was lit. Congrats.
It's a wild game. Like you're in a fucking ship and you fly it. It's wild. But,
That's sick.
Yeah. It's called the Millennium Falcon, so we knew that it was.
I know that sounds like sex.
It lost its edge after you didn't know. Move along. Next topic.
Is there any? Speaking of film, is there any movies or I just feel like maybe the pandemic we've consumed more content than maybe we would have, so that it feels like there's nothing that we want to watch right now at all. But are you watching anything?
Ooh, I mean, there's always something. I mean,
did you binge anything through the quarantine or rewatch anything dope?
I've been doing. I rewatched Schitt's Creek because
me too.
My fiance hadn't seen that. Yeah, Matt was kind of doing a watch through.
First time watch through. Yep.
That was really funny.
That was shot just a few hours from here.
Really? Yeah, I knew it was up in Canada. I didn't know where at though.
Yeah.
That show was hilarious. I love Eugene Levy, and his son is just as hilarious.
Oh my god, he's the best.
Escaping me.
And Catherine,
Levy.
The lady.
Yeah. Oh yes, Catherine O'Hara, right?
Yeah.
Mother,
Queen.
Fantastic.
Can you imagine?
Home Alone. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
The mom. Oh my god.
But can you imagine what she went through to carry that character for 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
She's the documentary that they had on Netflix. I watched that right after doing the entire series, and they had gone into how they asked her to just do a pilot. and she was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll do the pilot or whatever. And then they were like, hey, remember that pilot we asked you to do? How would you like to do a season? And then it just kind of kept going and kept going.
Yeah.
But she originally just signed on for the pilot, and they're like, we'll recast it. Don't worry.
They couldn't have recast it.
I'm so glad she stuck through because I mean she made it. Like,
yeah, they needed her for sure.
Crucial.
Yeah, and there's no way.
And apparently she's become like a big idol in the drag community. That was part of the documentary too, is now they have big like events where they'll dress up as her because she was so campy during like all of the costumes that she had on that.
Everything she wears is elegant.
Yeah. So now they have a lot of like lookalike. So I mean it's crazy the short amount of time that it kind of got its fame and has made like a bit of an impact. Yeah. So go Canada. Good job, guys.
I know we have a couple series that are like national or globally known now, which is cool because that's like
Letterkenny, baby.
Letterkenny.
Woo! We love us some Letterkenny.
And we had the coach on our show a while back.
Good, he's doing Canada's Family Feud now.
Oh, really?
What?
He's the host.
Mark Forward. Wow.
The big guy, he's a comedian, right?
No.
Yeah, he's a comedian, Mark Forward.
Oh, no, probably the friend. You're talking about the buddy.
Drew Carey.
No, I'm not.
Jerry Seinfeld.
No, that's all lies.
Hey, we've both been on Drew Carey's game show actually. So we've both been on Price is Right 2 different occasions.
We're in the audience.
What's up? Oh yeah. We didn't get called up. Don't get too hyped.
Were you talking Trevor Wilson? Trevor Wilson is the guy doing the Family Feud.
We've only been to Marilyn Dennis, so we got you got on game shows, or like talk shows. You
can see us in frames.
Yeah, where I'm in the back Dennis somewhere.
Pulled me up
we
on
saw
stage
us on frames.
From the audience.
Oh yeah. Do you know who Marilyn Dennis is?
No.
Nope.
She's like our Martha Stewart, but less.
Oh, okay. She do some time or no?
No, but she looks like
she's friends with Snoop Dogg.
I mean, listen,
she's losing her credit as you talk, dude. Come on.
She's not.
I know, I'm kidding.
It's not even close.
If she did do time though, she'd be able to handle herself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to hear that.
She did a commercial. Wendy got hired as an actor to do one of her commercials, actually.
Yeah.
What?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What?
That's awesome. I know. Thank you for that.
Yeah, she was on a TV commercial.
That's awesome.
Hilarious. Yeah, and then she stopped doing commercials because she got too big for that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
The star's ego. It's common.
No, it's just you do too many. You don't want to be like so many different spokespeople. Like, how many commercials did you do?
No, that's not why I stopped. It's soul sucking. I don't. It doesn't make me enjoy the craft at all. Like there was a few commercials that I did that were actually funny as fuck, and like I enjoyed those. But still, like it's one day, it's in and out. Like I like the idea of a cast and like some time together.
Oh, that's wild, right?
Not just like in and out. I just wasn't. It was exhausting, and you'd have to get ready every time. If you have like 5 commercial auditions in a week, which I will say is not, that would be rare, but 1-2 a week and you're getting like ready to rock this audition. It's just like you spend an hour and a half, 2 hours trying to figure your shit out for a 2-second audition that you don't get. So I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
My fiance is trying to get into doing that as well. She did like 1 or 2 so far, and she's been going through that audition thing, and you're echoing some of the same things I've been recently hearing, actually.
Yeah.
So
it's film and television is in Toronto anyways is surprisingly supportive in terms of just the community. Like we're all rooting each other. It's pretty small, and some people are really like starting to blow up, and everyone else is just like fuck yeah. So competitively it's not so, doesn't hurt like that, but just people saying no all the time is it can wear you down.
No, you almost gotta like not even expect to get it though. That's what was so fun.
Yes. Projection.
I got the ones that I was like, I don't even care. Like I'm just here. I walk into the waiting room. I know like half the actors there. I'm like, what's up, man? And they're like, say what's up, go smoke a joint, go in, freestyle for them. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't give a fuck. And then I just like booked a Taco Bell commercial.
That's awesome.
There you go.
That was pretty accurate from start to finish. That story was real.
Okay, we got 9 minutes before we got to do the switcheroo again. So gotcha. I want to do the speed round with you guys. Okay.
We got the time on the clock here.
Yeah.
Should we go one?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'll ask a question and we'll start with Jesse and then you answer that one. And then just as quick as you can, first thing comes to your head. And then the next one, we'll go back and forth. Okay.
Single word answers or like a sentence?
Yeah,
sentence max?
They will be
favorites.
They're like favorites. Yeah. Okay. Could be single word answers or they may require like a phrase or a title.
Okay, cool.
Okay, sick. All right, ready?
Let's do it.
Start the invisible timer that doesn't exist and doesn't matter now. Favorite potato chip?
Barbecue.
Favorite movie moment?
The scene in Train Spotting where Ewan McGregor falls into the carpet.
Favorite song from the 90s?
Mbop. Let's go with that.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite song from the 2000s?
I'm bad with the years. Let's just say something from Blink-182.
Nice. Favorite sandwich?
Oh, cheesesteak.
Favorite vacation spot?
Seoul, South Korea.
Nice.
Beautiful. Okay, I'll tag out and then you tag in for the other.
Okay.
And I'm up and bad now, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
go. Let's go.
It's you, man. Okay. Favorite sports player?
Conor McGregor. I'm just gonna say whatever. It's whatever came to mind. It's not even my favorite. But let's go.
Female actor.
Anne Hathaway.
Male actor.
Fuck. Ryan Gosling.
Oh, video game console.
Xbox One.
Video
Halo.
game.
Video game?
Yeah.
Ooh, GTA.
Shoes.
Ooh, shoes? Ooh, Nike, probably.
Favorite song right now?
Ooh, Nightly the movies.
I knew it.
Favorite Southern dish?
Ooh, corn on the cob.
Okay, we'll end there. Yeah.
Woo!
You
were great.
And I got one for both of you.
Okay.
Favorite taste?
Oh.
Ooh. Cannabis,
Savory.
dude. Straight up, no. It's either cannabis or coffee, honestly. Those are my favorite tastes. That's why I love them so much. Like, dude, there's nothing the fresh, like you haven't smoked in a while and you oh my god, the way the cannabis hits your oh my god, it's such a taste palate thing.
Okay.
As bro, you're speaking my language. Yes.
But coffee too. Like when you have a coffee that's hits the right spot, like
in the morning.
Oh my god. You go to a good cafe in the morning, dude, and you get that specially cared for experience coffee. Oh my god.
I'm on board with the coffee, like he said. I said savory originally, but I'm gonna stick with savory.
Yeah.
Any so like a pot roast, cheesesteak, any sort. Nice. I'm a carnivore at heart. Barbecue.
We just watched some barbecue. I just watched cooking shows when I get home, and we just watched some fucking Southern barbecue shit, and it was like, we don't eat meat. Like for the most part, we're flexitarians, but we don't eat meat for the most part. But I'm Italian as fuck, and like I want to eat meat often. But when I think about actually eating it, but I don't. But then I have a steak like once a month, and then barbecue is the one thing that fucks me up.
Yeah, man.
Barbecue,
it's
brisket.
Dude, I just got a grill this year, and I'm just like barbecuing the fuck out of everything.
Oh, that's so good.
What do you make?
Dude, everything. Are you serious? Like anything and everything I can. Like from the simplest shit to like, the finest, fillets, and I want to do a tomahawk soon, actually. Like that's what my newest thing is. I want to do a fat tomahawk steak. Oh my god. Go Salt Bay on it, hit it with that salt after off my elbow.
The extra flavor.
Dude. Yeah, dude.
Get that swag juice on it, bro.
Oh my god. But yeah,
Drip that flavor on it.
There's such a difference from grilling like actually grilling, like because I used to always use the Foreman. That's what I always had the Foreman. You know, it's so easy. Bang bang, break it out. George Foreman's got my back.
Yeah,
right on the floor. You got the bacon in the morning. Have it set on the auto timer.
Don't burn your foot, dude.
Don't burn your foot. Don't step on it.
And a panini, you toss a panini in on the Foreman, you know,
bro.
Press it down.
Oh my god, nothing like that. Come on now.
Tomato
mozzarella, fucking panini. That's all you need. A little bit of basil in there.
Again, another sponsor we're open to. Foreman, hit us up.
Yeah.
Put us in contact with George.
And any panini place for us.
Oh my god, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you could just give us food.
Yeah, dude. We'll eat it on air, you know.
As we're talking about it, wow, this pizza is like
mid commercial. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of a commercial, let's take another commercial break real quick.
Do you have the time? I know we.
And do you guys want to toss any random 2 words at me, and I will make a fake commercial about it, and that will play during the actual episode.
All right, we'll each pick a word.
Yeah.
Go ahead, start it off.
Canned
beans.
Okay, so I'm not gonna like do it now or anything. It's gonna be like literally an audio commercial that plays.
I can't wait.
Gonna be
I'm excited to hear this.
Listen.
Hey, you deserve the best. Grab yourself a can of Gerald's gutter flushing canned baked beans. If you want to lose weight with every dump, enjoy. Need to flush the gut butter? Chow down some Gerald canned baked beans. Get your butt in high gear. You will never shit quite the same.
Chocolate medicated truffles.
I started.
Cock.
Man.
Welcome back, Cock. I hope you enjoyed that canned beans ad.
I did.
Cock. Thank you, bro.
I did too. I'm definitely gonna go get those canned beans. Most likely, depending on how the commercial went.
I'm gonna stock up on them right next to my vape cartridges in my underground bunker.
Yo, remember Y2K when people like went in and like actually got bunkers and like hoarded all the stuff?
My parents were having, or my dad. I was at my dad's house and he was having a New Year's party. At the time, and I remember Dexter's Lab was going to have a special on, and they kept on having promos that said if we're around to show it. And I was just like, my little childhood brain was like so fucked by that, because it was just like,
yes,
is everything all right? Are we fucking gonna all die? Do I get to see Dexter? What's going on?
Oh man, it's so
that was my biggest remembrance from that time.
Dexter's Lab, dude. I remember Dexter's Lab, that cartoon.
Oh yeah. That was good.
Little redheaded scientist kid.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fuck.
That's wild that that little cartoon would have commercials like that.
Oh yeah. They were talking about the end of the world essentially. I mean everything was like people were all going nuts about that.
And then shit they wouldn't allow today.
Yeah, right. Like people buying up all the toilet paper and shit. But like like having childhood memories in cartoons like that's really cool. They play a part. Like, Hey Arnold?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hey Arnold, football head, or Magic School Bus.
Stoop kid won't leave the stoop. Oh my God.
Ren and Stimpy.
Hell yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
South Park for sure. Simpsons for sure.
Yeah.
But like they were like this other series.
Well, and a lot of these are available now on like streaming services.
I'm getting ready to do the rewatch of South Park for the first time in a long ass time.
Yes.
So I'm so stoked right now. Like,
dude, start with the movie.
Oh, no, I gotta fit that in. I gotta fit that in appropriately in the way that I do things. So
chronologically,
that has to go in right where it placed in between seasons
when everything came out.
I need to see the original construction paper fucking episodes first, and then like move into that whole real animation shit.
Dude,
actually, that's a good idea. We should start at season
for
1.
sure.
HBO Max, man. Jesse's been trying to get me to get it for a minute. We're like, all right, we're gonna get it. We're gonna have 8 different places to stream from, but it's got South Park commercial free, which is gonna be great. So
nice. Dude. I remember I was in grade 4 and my dad got the VHS of the first South Park season. Remember the Booktastic school bus?
Yeah.
And the chicken fucker, the chicken lover, Officer Brad Riley, and the chicken lover fucker. I make love to chickens. It's fucking creepy shit, dude.
Oh, the first video.
They've been going for a while too.
Yeah. Favorite South Park character?
Ooh, Tally. 100%.
Oh, dude, me too.
Yeah, dude, Tally 100%, dude.
Me too.
That's a bit the fucking town. You're like, dude, so good.
I would say
love
Chef.
when they bring him back.
Chef was my favorite for a while until they killed him off.
Isaac Hayes, man. Yeah. So good.
He was a Scientologist, right?
Yeah, towards the end of it. Yeah.
That's wild.
Is that why he left the show though? Because they wouldn't retract the episode about Scientology.
Yeah.
And then they did the rest of the episode with a combination of
hello there, children.
Yeah. Oh, in my asshole, children. And they fucking
they killed him off.
Yeah.
Horribly too.
Yeah, that episode was sad.
But that's what religion does, folks. Oh,
man.
Hey, you're not upsetting me.
Either.
Mine is
Hallelujah.
Right, you got the right audience, brother. Preach.
My favorite South Park character is Randy. I just wanted to throw that in
Oh,
there.
nice.
Oh, dude,
definitely.
The fucking wheelbarrow scene with his testes. Oh my god.
He's come very far as a character.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Far. I feel like probably even maybe the farthest.
Oh yeah.
He started out as like a background parent character, and then just became the entire season of Tegrity Farms. The real
oh my god, Tegrity Farms! I'm fucking thinking about that while we were talking about this. I can't wait to rewatch. Oh my god!
I know that storyline really took over big time. Like usually shit happens in the universe, but things go back to like normal-ish. But like that's stuck.
Do you guys like Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see you, Rick, back there in your door. I think no.
Yeah, there is Szechuan sauce.
Look at that
Szechuan sauce sign.
Yeah.
There's a Rick somewhere in there. There's Morty in there somewhere too. But
there's a Rick, there's a way.
Yeah, dude. I love all that shit.
They made their studio made a number of VR games that I've been thinking about getting into, just because I mean the stuff that they do is so out there and cool. I feel like
can you imagine being in like the Rick and Morty universe in VR? That would be so wild.
Amazing.
Like going on an adventure with Rick in VR. What?
On that planet where there's no fatality, like it's like a casino resort, and it's like they're shooting and then
it resets.
And then it resets and then he shoots her and doesn't get up. Fuck, man.
See, we're writing the game right now. Like it's different worlds you go to, and those are the different levels you have to clear. Bang, bang, bang.
I love
they need to give us a deal. We're writing it for them.
Video game.
Boom. We don't accept less than 3 million. All right?
30 million. The city is huge, boys.
You said it. It sounds better that way. I like it.
If they haven't thought about this yet, that's fucked. But if they haven't, then we'll take credit.
Dan Harmon did a great tour. You see that tour?
Like a speaking tour? Or?
Well, he just did comedy clubs, and he just he actually freestyle raps at the end of his sets, and he just talks to people and got drunk across America. There's a documentary about it. It's fucking amazing.
I'll have to check that out. I catch some of his live streams when he goes on live on Instagram. He works out a lot. Yeah, and swims and stuff. Yeah.
That's so funny. They're really cool with the EDM community as well, man. They animate a lot of shit and work with a lot of artists and do like the opening to a lot of shows will just be like fucking Rick and Morty shit, like, and it'll be like some cartoon that you've never seen like as a fan, like on the regular feed or anything. Like it's just some shit that you have to be there in that moment to see, like, which is really cool. I've seen that at numerous big artists.
That's cool.
They're cool, yeah.
Have you ever heard the Rick and Morty voice this court? Can you help me explain this?
So there's a transcript from a court hearing where the defendant was saying, why don't you suck my cock, my big boy, big," and Morty plays the judge, and Rick plays the defendant, and it's actually a court transcript from the South where he's like, I like to fuck little white boys like you.
It's
and like
so fucking outrageous and so fucking funny. You have to watch it.
In Georgia versus Denver, Fenton Allen.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so they read the transcript as
we
Rick
and redid it
on our show later.
Yeah, do it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I got it queued up. We're gonna watch it later.
Yeah, I want to watch it after this.
For sure. It's so funny, and like how the judge starts laughing along with the guy because he's so obscene. He starts threatening to rape the judge in front of everyone, and like it's just, he's like, I'm gonna add 5 more. How about 5 more years? Yeah, 10 years, 20 years. He's like, oh fuck, and he just keeps going. It's like,
oh my god,
and
that's
the
hilarious.
fact that like they don't do that with anything, and that's so special for them to choose to do that, just because of it. It totally resembles what universe they're living in. That's like outside of this, and that's what I think why so many like big artists and stuff like want to fuck with them, because it's a statement on the culture of like mind expansion or shifting perspective on how, you know, kind of temporary life is, I guess. Like what would you say for anyone who hasn't watched an episode of Rick and Morty? What's a couple words what does it make you feel? What's the value? What's the core root of it? For me, it's kind of, it reminds me life is temporary because it has so many bars on how silly this all is. But
yeah, it's like pessimistic silliness. Big brained tomfoolery. Like,
I feel like it's in the same vein of Dave Chappelle in terms of how intelligent it is. Like, it just like blows. Like, you think that it's not, though. That's where like where you're like, oh, like this is just a show, and then you're like, like at the end of some of these episodes, you're like, holy fuck, my mind.
You're rethinking your life. It's actually making you rethink things.
Well, yeah, it's been a really good vehicle for, you know, showing some of the scientific theories that people are actually talking about today in terms of like parallel universes, string theory, multiverse, these kinds of things, and kind of putting it into these cartoon characters, which you can historically always get away with doing more in cartoons, because people will like suspend their reality to, you know, allow for these fantastic things to happen. And it's interesting how they use that as a vehicle for these really philosophical, you know, sort of ideas that people are thinking about today.
Yeah.
You said something key there, like suspend their reality. Another guest we had on who's an artist, he talked about, like suspend their disbelief. That's a really special space of trust that people.
That's why me and Matt like magicians.
Want to see it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You want to see it. What would you say, Matt?
On what, dude? I'm so ripped right now.
Magicians.
Magicians? They're wild. Get one for your next birthday party, all right?
Yeah. We love magic. Do you watch that magic show? What's that magic show on Netflix?
Magic for Humans.
Any magic show.
That one's great.
I haven't seen, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Tim Heidecker helps produce that. I think he's one of the executive producers from Tim and Eric.
Netflix, yes, no?
Yeah, Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yes, I've seen it. Yep. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods.
That was my demon voice just came in there. Did you hear
it? Tim Heidecker. He did Tim and Eric on Adult Swim, like super off beat comedy and stuff. He was he was executive producing that show, I believe.
Word. Matt, I was saying to concisely put your opinion of the core root value of Rick and Morty episode.
Oh my god. A value to anybody that watches it, honestly. I mean, there's so many things that you can capitalize on. I mean, the deepness is as far as like you can comprehend, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of the episodes. You know what I mean? There's something for everybody. Like, some people won't grab like all the elements that they're putting out, or the references even, like, which are great. Because they reference so many things that have happened in film and television and just life in general, you know?
Yeah, they mix in pop culture with these kind of like universal truths or almost quantum physics.
Just a moment in the story, a grain of salt in the story, you know, like, which is awesome. That's the shit I appreciate, is the deep writing into so many aspects that you just pick apart, you know?
Yeah, but it's super wide perspective.
I was like one of those people that didn't want to watch it because I'm not a cartoon guy. So
dude,
like,
same. I neglected it for years. Me too.
Us too.
Yeah. Like Jesse had mentioned it. So many people were mentioning it. I'm like, it's a fucking cartoon. I can't do it. Like, you know, like I was one of the kids that like fell off from cartoons real early, and I got into like rated R films right away. Like,
dude, same.
So like it was like those were so much more appealing, and honestly, what they were doing is stimulating me. Like they were overstimulating a young mind, and like honestly giving me the like knowledge of things that I shouldn't know yet.
Gerald's gutter flushing canned baked beans. You will never quite shit the same. If you want to lose weight with every dump, enjoy. Need to flush the gut butter? Chow down some Gerald's canned beans. When it's time to dump heavy, think Gerald's baked beans that are canned.
Like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Exactly, dude. You know, Tales from the Crypt to like that to like
Carlito's Way, Casino.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly.
Scarface.
It's Scarface. Yeah, like seeing those kinds of movies, like wild, because that's all. Like I would be up late, like because I knew that's when they played the shit that was like the wildest. So I was like, I would like take a nap to stay up late and watch that kind of stuff, But like back to Rick and Morty, it's like it's such a vivid experience altogether that you just like anybody could fall trap to like getting mesmerized by it. Like if you really sit somebody down, like regardless of what they say, if they're like, fuck Rick and Morty, it's like sit down and watch, like hit them with a good episode.
Yeah.
You're so right there, and I think that's also a testament to their very real writing about the family members, the dysfunction, that shit happens everywhere.
That's a basis to like so many shows alone right there, right? I mean, that's just one element of it that you can relate to. It's like that dysfunction of the family. Like, is that marriage going to split up? Or is it going to make it like, what is going on there? Like, let alone
Jerry
like, the crazy
makes me so uncomfortable.
Exactly. And that's the point too, like.
And the fantasy of it, the only fantasy of it is the fact that these characters are able to call themselves out on their own bullshit from such a high perspective. She's like, I need you here because I'm insecure. You know what I mean? Yes. Like she's able just to say that where no human has the bravery to say that in the moment, right? Yeah. Like we cover it up with some story.
They all do that too, which is funny. Rick, Morty, like they all have those moments where they like are so human and just like address the situation of like what your like biggest fucking nightmare is, and shit like that. It's wild.
Yeah, it's so good. Go watch it, everybody. Go watch it. Yeah. We have a segment on the show called Fun Fact with Winnie. And normally we improv the opening.
The theme song for it.
Theme song. So we go something like
Fun fact with Winnie. Boom, 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 boom. Fun fact with Winnie.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Like that.
Yeah.
So that would be our rendition. But what Winnie loves to do
is put people on the spot, and so they can do their own fun fact rendition.
Come on, you guys can
open for me.
Oh, what? Oh, boy.
Make your theme song that has fun fact in it if you're down.
Say what? All right, Matt.
I'm just asking.
Wait, so like we're just gonna make an intro for you?
We're gonna do an intro song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun fact with Winnie.
All right.
Do you want like a?
Winnie's got a fun fact for you right now. Sit back, get ready to hear some fun shit. Yeah. Fun facts. There we go.
Yes!
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
That was like a early 90s.
Normally he's the guitar player.
Word, dude. It worked for me. I wasn't where I was exactly thinking, but I adapted.
You're thinking soft piano, right? Damn it.
Yeah, dude.
That was perfect.
Winnie and the fun facts.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay. Dogs can have something called the Fritos feet phenomenon, which is a bacteria called Pseudomonas and Proteus, which give off a yeasty odor that can smell like corn chips.
Dorito paws.
Dorito paws, baby.
Damn.
If you have a dog, you know this. You know that this is true. And the reason why I wanted it to be today's fun fact is because I smelled Ralph's paws yesterday, and they in fact smelled like tortilla chips.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Run that sucker through the garden.
My dog smells like Fritos all the time. I'm like, dude, I got this stuff for their feet, like it's like antifungal, like antibacterial, like just to wipe that out.
Well, it's not anything to worry about.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's very healthy, normal bacteria.
But it makes you want chips all the time.
It does make me want chips.
Who's got Fritos? It's like, oh, it's the dog.
Run that dog through the garden. You got some salsa going. It's gonna be a real Frito pie situation.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that was an amazing fun fact.
Thank you.
So that was Winnie's segment. My segment is usually like I take some wisdom from someone like brilliant, smart, like Neville Goddard, or I'll pull open a random book like the Tao, like some book that has some wisdom, or any book that is close by that feels like it may have a message, and I get Winnie to pick the number. But what I think would be cool how to work it here is I think that maybe Matt, you pick the number, or vice versa, and Jesse, you grab. But it's just because I see books behind you, Jesse.
Okay.
Do you want to grab a random?
I got one that I'm almost done reading.
Oh, right?
Great.
On my desk. Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential. It was his first book.
There we go.
That he wrote.
So
we go off that one. There's a lot of wisdom I got, and I bought a knife because of this book.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Man. How many pages?
370, I think. Let me double check.
So Matt, pick a number between
or 310 actually.
Okay, pick
half the devil's number, 333.
The midget devil.
Oh wait, we don't have a 333.
No, it goes up to 310 only.
I said 375.
Yeah, I was mistaken. I didn't double check.
You lied, dude.
Pick one between.
Go half of that.
100 and
269. Yeah.
269.
Okay.
And what am I doing once I get to 269?
You're reading the page.
Top to bottom?
Like wherever it makes sense. Like if there's a start of a paragraph, like kind of near the top. But yeah, top to bottom. Like
okay.
Section.
You know what? Yeah, this isn't a part that I just had read through too. So should I give you an idea of what's going on here before we launch in?
No, right?
Just rip.
Okay. Now, Brasserie-Les Halles is a much-loved New York institution serving authentic French working man's fare to hordes of diners each night. I'm an American, whatever my lineage, so it threw me off guard to be asked if I'd go halfway around the world to consult and advise a French chef in Japan on the fine points of Cassoulet, Navarin, Dagenau, a lot of French in this, Frisé au Ox Lardon, and Boudin Noir at Les Halles, Tokyo.
Wow.
But my master, Philippe, a Frenchman, and Jose de Morelos, a Portuguese Francophile, seemed convinced enough of my mystical connection to the food. They clearly adore to pack me onto a plane and send me jet setting off to Tokyo for a week. It was daunting and an unusual assignment, and I was going alone. My wife would not be joining me.
Oh
man.
So that's about half the page. I can keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
The biggest concern was the flight. 14 hours in the air and no smoking. I scored some Valium before leaving for the airport, thinking maybe I could knock myself out and sleep through the ordeal. Unfortunately, as my Israeli navigated town car swung into Kennedy Airport environs, I couldn't find the damn pills. I tore frantically through my pockets and carry-on luggage, near tears, cursing myself, my wife, God, and everyone else who might be responsible for this hideous situation.
Oh, wow.
I checked my knives through, not wanting to carry them on, and I was soon dug in. At 11 a.m. at the bar at the departure gate, last stop for the degenerate smokers. My companions were very unhappy-looking bunch of Asian veterans. Like me, they were chain smoking and drinking beer with grim, determined expressions on their faces. A Chinese gentleman next to me, apropos of nothing, shook his head, blew smoke out of his nose, and said, sleeping pill. Only thing to do is sleep. 14-hour to Narita. Long time. This did not improve my mood. Another bar customer, an MP headed to South Korea to pick up another prisoner, slammed back another draft to describe the horror of business class to the other side of the world. He too shook his head, lips pursed, resigned to his fate. That's pretty much what.
Wow. So that paints a really cool, clear concept and picture about using something, whether it be cigarettes or Valium or alcohol or cannabis, for escapism and for trying to
that's a long flight.
Distract yourself.
14 hours,
That's pretty cool though, and take it on random wild clients like that, like going to Japan.
He's so articulate, man.
Oh my god,
and very to the point.
Yeah.
With he doesn't mince his words, even though I probably did while I was reading that, so I apologize.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
no, but like as you read it, I could feel Bourdain, because like if you watch any of his shows or anything like that, like you pick up on like his speaking patterns, you pick up on like the way that he introduces these words that vividly give you a dynamic of the world he lives in, which is very interesting.
I hear it when I read that book too.
Yeah.
Dude, I have to get it because I'm such a big.
I'll send it to you once I'm done. Honestly,
okay, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah,
because I'm such a big fan of the human. Because like, there's a story there, let alone the things he's accomplished, you know, as an ex-addict and all that, you know, regardless of how like his life did like turn out, like there's just such a story up there that like can be told for so long. Like, you know,
and we're completely fortunate for the fact that he wrote a bunch of books, so you can still read his words after the fact, you know.
And it shows like
Oh yeah, tons of episodes,
tons of footage of him. He's the new movie coming out is going to be legit too. There's one. I didn't know
about that. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like for the American Slacker podcast, you guys have so many episodes, and we're still young in the game. But we know we've been navigating, and this is probably going to be 45, I think.
Nice.
You know, so we're young compared to you guys. Has there been any major memorable moments, any specific you know, crux episodes or breakthroughs and stuff that you guys have had that you can recall?
Well, we've had a lot of guests, and I'm sure we'll bring that up in a minute. But one thing that I don't think we've talked about before is just like sometimes like you look at the numbers and stuff, because you see the statistics when you're putting these things out. And I remember when we broke like 100 downloads in a month, and how we went fucking crazy for that. And then I remember how we broke like 1,000 downloads in a month, and then we went crazy for that. And like in between those times, there were times where we were like, "Fuck, what are we doing wrong? Why aren't we getting as many downloads as we did before?" And this time, but then you zoom out, you look at the entirety of it, and you go, "Holy shit, I've climbed a mountain a little bit with my buddy here." So those, like, it's not like a specific moment, I would say, but it's like it's the moments along the way, kind of
the overall evolution, like the trajectory.
And again, with the interviews, we've kind of like positioned ourselves to be lucky enough to meet people that we've even grown up like watching or listening to as, you know, an actor or a performer or whatever, or watch their TV show or whatever it was, you know, like, and shit like that. So it's like a guilty pleasure as well. Like,
who's been some memorable guests in that way for you?
Well, like we were talking before, Mark Ford from Letterkenny. That was really awesome to sit down and talk to him.
He's so nice. Yeah. He's such a nice person.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Crean was such a good conversation. He was one of the kids in the original It. So like he was like horror legacy type deal, which was really cool. David Howard Thornton. I mean, that was really cool.
That was a really cool interview.
Yeah.
A number of musicians that we got to see like perform when we were like teenagers live that we pulled onto the show to like play, you know, music. Like last summer we had Dan Simons on from Just Surrender, and he played.
Yeah, we have versions of songs that they're not out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's wild. Like that's
sick.
That's really cool.
That's a guilty part of it. And then just further along, I mean, the conversations we've had, the things we've discovered, you know, whether it's news or trying to find new like things to recommend. You know, it constantly like makes us try to be better about like every aspect, including like editing and developing a show in a professional like element as well. You know, so it's a awesome grind.
And I think seeing the cannabis stuff, because we on our regular episodes we update sort of like things going on in our country with cannabis, and I almost want to get to a point where like it's so normalized that it's like why are these guys doing a cannabis segment? Everyone knows that the cannabis is fine. Boom,
nice.
We're done. We don't have to fucking talk. We don't have to fucking do it.
We hang it up, right? We hang up the
exactly.
segment.
Pop that hat on the rack and fucking that's the world we want to be in. So it's nice to see like kind of the dominoes boom kind of fall into line in terms of that for our country, like and we have an eye on it for our show.
Sessions, honestly.
We took out our attorney general, you know, with a couple of satirical things. We think that was us at least.
For sure was 100%.
Big response for that one. So 100%. It's good that now that we're making an effort in at least the fight for that too. So it's cool to see it kind of.
Yeah, you are here doing the work. That's lit. Awesome. I commend you for that.
Well, definitely go check out the American Slacker podcast, everybody. Where can we find you?
Everywhere, American Slacker podcast. Check out our Instagram, definitely where you can keep up with us the most, and you can find the show anywhere. Anywhere you can get podcasts, and on YouTube as well. We do a little video as well, so check it out.
Also Twitter, we have a Facebook, aspodcast.com. That's kind of our main web page where you can find all the links to fun stuff. We have a Patreon too. If you want to support the show monetarily, help this train chug along the tracks here, we'll gladly accept that and give you some exclusive stuff in return.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
I love that.
Do you guys want to leave anyone who's listening to this episode any piece of wisdom, the tastiest gem you got, if you'd like?
Damn, you like to put people on the spot.
Never having this guy back on.
I don't know. Do that thing you want to do. I don't know. You know, like that's what got us into podcasting, is hearing people create the fucking podcast. If you want to do a podcast, like do it. You know, so if you want to build a little town with like little teeny figurines, you want to like be a dog walker, you want to be fucking whatever, do it. Just
and I'm gonna steal my piece of advice from the book that we just read from. And if you don't know what to order, just order what the guy next to you got.
Hell yeah. So hilarious. I love it.
I love it.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast.
Anytime. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Discipline. Okay, I'll talk to you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And we do stuff.